What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch. Bam, hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight, man. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. Almost forgot what day it was. You guys already know what time it is, babe. It's time for some live week 5 fantasy Q&A. Can you guys believe we are more than 4 weeks? We're over a quarter into the season because I absolutely cannot. So you all know what to do, man. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hop in the live chat. Let us know what's popping, everybody. Starts, sits, adds, drops. How did the waiver wire go for you guys? How are your rosters looking? Quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, tight ends, defense, kicker, roster raise, whatever it may be. Hop in the live chat. Let's talk some fantasy football. Let's have some fun. And, of course, we've got Steven in the building. What is going on, my guy?
Bless, man. Got my robe on, just out here chilling. Just made a pretty big trade in my personal league, or in our family and friends league. And then in the catch league, I am now without Jonathan Taylor. So two kind of opposite sides of the coin, which that's what fantasy football does to you. You throw a bunch of emotions up and down.
You made a trade.
I did. I made a slight trade last night, which is basically James Conner from Mike Evans. I was on the receiving end.
Trade.
That trade, yeah. That trade that I texted you 100 times.
That's right.
Yeah. Obviously not as attractive as it would have been in a full PPR, but I still think that, you made a really good point that they're basically touchdown dependent players. And right now, I just, I think that Mike Evans is going to get more touchdowns ultimately than Connor is this season. But the one thing that does scare me a little bit about Evans is Tom Brady got banged up, man. He did miss practice today. Obviously, he's going through the divorce too, but dude, that injury does kind of scare me a little bit. I mean, I don't know if you were watching that part live, but he looked noticeably banged up, but he did also have like his best fantasy game of the season thus far this year. He still lit it up in terms of fantasy points.
Yeah, he missed practice today, I believe. So that's fair. And yeah, I mean, like the divorce is not official. But
it's on the rocks, man.
We'll find out about that.
What's her name? Is it Giselle or what is it? But yeah, she is full out on that divorce, man. Which I don't blame her. If come on, Tommy B.
We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I thought overall it was a fine trade because you're able to move Breece Hall behind CMC. So I really feel like in a lot of leagues, like the hero RB strategy is like really solidifying itself where you have a CMC or a Eckler or Derrick Henry as your RB1, then you're just rotating that RB2. And if you get a valuable enough second RB, you at least present some upside like a Breece Hall, just roll with that and go through receivers and go for a little bit upside at quarterback and tight end, So I think you're doing fine, man.
I know you took that kind of strategy too, I believe in the catch league where you kind of went heavy on the receiver. Now, obviously that's like full PPR. So a lot more advantages to that kind of approach, but we're kind of sitting right at the quarter of the season, right? A lot of analysis now that we can kind of do on this year. The running backs have been underperforming by like a large margin. I think somebody in the catch chat yesterday talked about how Saquon Barkley is like the worst number one running back we've had in like over a decade or something like that. And it just kind of speaks to the fact that like either there is going to be massive positive regression for these running backs, or like this is just like kind of the year of years that shows that receiver is the new position to be going after aggressively. And so it's early still, but I feel like we're both on the same side here. It's the receiver approach now going forward, probably. Hero is probably the best way to put it. But
and you just think about all the late round value in running back or at the running back position that we've already seen on this year with James Robinson and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, Breece Hall is a decent, even like just from the 4th round forward, Jamal Williams is like the best value.
Jamal Williams is like the best back in football right now.
It's like literally the best value in like 90% of drafts, like where he got drafted. So it's probably lower than that. But for most like 12 and 10-man drafts, like if you drafted Jamal Williams, he's probably your last pick of the draft. So Dameon Pierce is coming on right now. So there's definitely
Pierce
a lot of
good, man. Pierce looks really good.
Yeah. I think Miles Sanders is balling, dude.
I
He's
just think
finally getting used as an RB1. Like,
it's hilarious that there's like that fantasy coinage of like running back dead zone. And all these running back dead zone players came out and just absolutely pissed on that. They were like, screw you guys. Like, we're actually like the best running backs in the league. I mean, JT looks horrendous. I mean, people want to blame last week's injury, but he had like 20 touches before he got hurt. Like, he's just looked bad all year.
Did you know? Did you see that stat about JT I posted on Instagram? Through his
No,
first four games of the last 2 seasons, points per game in fantasy have been like, I don't know exact numbers off the top of my head, but like 21st or worst in the league. And then it's like he finished 6th in 2020 and then 1st. So this year he's like in that same range through the first 4 games. He still has time.
But except now he has the sprained ankle.
And he's got Matt Ryan at quarterback.
Yeah, I think this is an absolute teardown situation we're nearing in Indianapolis. And as a fan, it'd be interesting to see what Prey says if he jumps in here. But I would personally be welcoming a teardown tank job so that we can really start this regime over and get in a quarterback of stability for the Colts going forward. I think every team needs that, man. Every team needs stability at that QB position. Everybody needs at least a little bit of direction on the offense.
You can't just flip between Matt Ryan and Philip Rivers.
Yeah, like bad quarterbacks, dude. Like,
it hasn't worked thus far. So, week 5 is here. Anything that stands out, then we'll get into the live chat. Any games, anything specific that comes to mind when you think of week 5. Got some decent matchups this week, but I also feel like this is not the most exciting week overall.
No, a lot of big spreads I saw today when I was looking at some of the scores. I think there's a couple things that stand out. One is like this Tua situation with him being like officially ruled out too. I think that could either like really derail a Miami Dolphins team, or maybe Teddy B ends up being better. But I don't know, man. I'm not trying to hate on Tua. I think he actually was like really good for this offense. And then the second is just that like it's Kenny Pickett time. I think we're all going to talk a lot about Kenny Pickett, but I like George Pickens a lot. I went after him in the catch league, and even though I really should have grabbed a running back, I think this Kenny Pickett, George Pickens show is going to be really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch some Kenny Pickett. But gosh, have you seen the schedule Pickett gets in the next couple weeks?
It's horrible. That's why I was hesitant to grab him Pickens in a half PPR because it's just so bad.
Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, Philly, a bye week, the Saints.
Yeah.
And then even the Bengals are kind of mid. You know, they're not awful. Then he gets the Colts, so he gets a break there, right, Steven?
Which is wild, man. The Colts were like a top 5 defense last year.
We love them. We love them, man. It's an interesting week, right? Like JT's out tomorrow for the Colts. Like the Broncos are in good position. The Giants might be without Danny Dimes. The Patriots might be without like 7 quarterbacks. They get the Lions. Like Teddy Bridgewater is going to line up. It's just it's kind of an odd week here in week 5. But Eagles Cardinals should be fun.
Yep.
Bengals Ravens going to be fun. Raiders Chiefs Monday Night Football. The Cowboys Rams could get interesting as well. So we got some good matchups.
Cooper Rush out here, man. He might be better than Matthew Stafford did.
He might. That Rams. I saw a stat. I don't know off the top of my head about the Rams pass protection under Sean McVay. It's been like really awful. Like, that's like the one thing like under his coaching regime. We've seen it like against the Niners. I mean, it was definitely.
Yeah, dude. Like I think the Niners defense is tough. I mean, that's why I had them as a must start that week. But at the end of the day, like I thought the Rams made them look better than they really were. Like that Rams offense looked predictable. They looked stale. And I hate to say this because we compete in 2 different leagues, but I think a guy that could be a really good stash, I don't know how you feel, but is Van Jefferson, because I think when Van Jefferson does get healthy, holy crap, he is going to be needed so much because they cannot rely on Allen Robinson clearly, and they need somebody to plug in and play here. And I think Van is very trusted too. So
hey, that's my guy, man. I was all about some Van Jefferson the offseason. Just hasn't played. But,
I think you can stash him on IR right now and just kind of hold him there. So yeah.
All right, let's hop in the live chat. Appreciate you guys being here tonight, man. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Y'all smash that like button for us on the way in. Let us know what's popping. Let us know how you guys are doing. Throw your fantasy questions out here. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some fantasy football. All right, we got Jane in the house.
Screw you, Jan. Screw you.
Oh, wow. Going that direction. We put your name on the screen for like the last 10
Kicked
minutes.
my ass, man. She kicked my ass.
That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah. Emil, what's up? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. All right, Bambo. Would you trade Pollard for Garrett Wilson, full PPR, 12-man, 3-flex league? Well, it depends on the rest of your roster, but overall, it's a perfectly fine trade. Full PPR, probably prefer Wilson in terms of consistency, but you just have to keep in mind, like with the quarterback change, still have a small sample size, but Garrett Wilson had a great game last week, but I don't want to read into it too much. He was on a really hot pace. So.
Zachy Dobbs has always loved himself some Corey Davis. He always loved himself some Corey Davis for whatever reason.
I was surprised we didn't see Elijah Moore a little bit more involved.
He had one really cool play. He had one where he like caught it and then ran like directly horizontal across the field and got tackled. That was
he does those things, yeah. So I think it's a fair trade overall. Full PPR, I league Garrett Wilson. Chase Brown, what's going on, bro? What's good, John and Steven? What's up, Chase?
What's popping, Chase?
I know I asked before, flex Pierce or Godwin, but I'm debating placing Godwin in, but Pierce needs to be in, right? I like Pierce this week. Jacksonville's defense has been good. They have a good D-line, but they're not playing phenomenal against the run from a fantasy perspective. So Godwin is questionable again, but I would imagine that he's going to, like, the consensus is that he was going to pop up on the injury report this week.
He looked good, too, man.
It's a different injury than what was kept him out the last 3 weeks or whatever, right? But I would imagine A.J. Terrell is on Mike Evans for most of this game. So I think
he's little boy him. I think, man, he's little boy him.
So I think Godwin should be like in good shape. So yeah, I don't mind if you want to go Godwin here. I'm fine with that, man.
I tell you what, though, Lovie Smith came out and he was talking about how no matter what the score is at halftime or whatever, he was just going to keep grounding and pounding, playing their style of football with Pierce. Dude, they gave it to him like every freaking play. I don't think you can take Pierce out of your lineups this year, man. I think if they're down 40 points, they're just going to hand it off to Dameon Pierce. Lovie loves him. Lovie really likes him.
He had 14 touches and then six targets, 6 receptions was really nice to see as well. But you know who else got a little involved last week? I just want to put it out there, Steven.
Just don't say Rex Burkhead, man.
Yeah, Rex Burkhead, 5 targets, 5 receptions, a touchdown, 39 receiving yards, 14.9 fantasy points. He must have been watching last week when you called him out for always being top.
I might have to start him this week, man, the catch league.
I might actually in the catch league. All right, Bambo. Oh, running backs are Saquon, Connor, then Pollard, then Rex. So just more Connor. Oh, yeah, if you're trading Pollard for Garrett Wilson, I say go for it, man. But if you're worried about your running back depth, like Saquon, Connor, and then Rex Burkhead, who we were just talking about, you might, depending on your receivers, you might want to hold here.
Yeah, because Saquon and Connor are both guys that have had injuries in the past. But, man, Saquon's a stud, dude. He is an absolute stud.
Yeah, I might hold here. I'll probably hold overall. Let us know who your receivers are, though. I need help. I'm looking to switch out Michael Pittman for Metcalf and drop Carson Wentz for Teddy Bridgewater. Please help. Okay. So, yeah, Sheldon, I think Metcalf is fine this week over Pittman. I don't like Pittman tomorrow. I don't like the outlook for the Colts offense. He gets Pat Surtain. I mean, arguably becoming a top 3 or 4 corner in the league. You could argue even higher. He's playing great football. I like Metcalf this week. I do. So, Metcalf might see a bit of Lattimore, but the targets should be there overall. So full PPR, I'm fine with Metcalf. Carson Wentz versus the Titans is a pretty good streak.
I take Carson for sure. Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm not out on Bridgewater. I think it's the Jets. I think he could have a decent game, but I don't see I see a pretty low ceiling. Like the offense is, man, I hope he can utilize the pieces there. Waddle and Hill, but
he threw to Hill every play.
Yeah, he threw to Hill every play. I'm worried about Waddle, who I own, and the catch. I'm worried about Waddle, but Bridgewater is fine. But I feel like Carson has a bounce back game. Carson has a really safe floor, but a higher ceiling. I don't even mind Ryan Tannehill this week, to be honest. I feel like he's all right too. But Out of these options, I go Metcalf and Carson. Go ahead.
No, yeah, just there was a comment in the defense video about kind of the Titans defense, and I've also seen interest in the Titans defense too, just throughout this week. And me personally, John, I feel like this Titans defense is super inflated after that game against the Colts. Because if you looked at them this season, first off, coming into that game, they were the worst team against the run. This past defense was Swiss cheese. They were not a good defense all year, and they just had a really lucky take that they get to go against the Colts, right? Now you get to go up against the Commanders, who prior to playing against the Eagles and the Cowboys, two of the best defenses in the league, they were lighting everybody up, man. I really don't like the Titans this week, and I kind of think this Commander offense can get it done. I actually have the Commanders in this game. I think they're going to win.
That's
sneaky
one. Fair.
But yeah, I like it.
The Titans are the 24th ranked defense in fantasy right now. They've allowed at least 365 total yards in every game this season. So they do have 3 interceptions. They do have 6 forced fumbles, but I would not start them. No, I do not trust them either. I think it's a good point by Steve there. All right, let's hear Zach Kane with the super chat with the $2 dono. Very kind of you, man. Appreciate that so much. Shout out to our boy Zach. Let's see here. JT, Mike Williams, Drake London, trading for Kamara Lamb Cooks PPR, who wins the JT side, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll take JT, Mike Williams, Drake London versus Kamara Lamb and Cooks.
Yeah,
I'm still taking JT over Kamara. I am.
Yeah,
I mean, but like, do you love either option right now? I don't, but I'll take JT by a hair.
I think at least we've seen JT play, you know. I mean, like Kamara, like, has he actually touched the field? Like, other than fumbling at that one play, like, I don't think he's done like anything this year. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, 7.6 points in week 1, didn't play in week 2, 6.3 points in week 3, didn't play week 4. So limited in practice today as of 12 minutes ago. Latest report.
What's going on with him, man? Is this, you think this is all actual injuries, or you think there's some off the field stuff going on? Like what?
It's injuries. Yeah,
it just seems so bizarre, so uncharacteristic of him over the past couple years.
Rib injuries can linger like that.
Yeah,
you know, they're tricky. It's a weird spot, like for football players. I mean,
especially
you get hit in the ribs.
Yeah,
you get hit in the ribs every play if you're a running back. So. Yeah, Zach, I roll with like I probably like CeeDee Lamb over Mike Williams, but I like JT over Kamara and I like London over Cooks. So I would say the JT side gets the dub there, Zach. So
yeah, dude, I'm starting to get high on Lamb though, man. I don't know if it's just because I made a Madden franchise with the Cowboys for the first time, starting Cooper Rush in the franchise, but CeeDee Lamb is a beast, bro. He looks like he could really pop off the second half of the season.
I do like CeeDee Lamb quite a bit right now. He's playing good football, man. He's playing good football, except for that one drop against the Giants.
That's bad.
Zach, hope that was helpful, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, and let us know if you have any further questions to elaborate on in terms of the question that you already asked there. Thanks again for the $2 dono. All right, Keegan, would y'all trade Waller and Evans for Kelsey and Lazard? My wide receivers would be Sutton, Curtis Samuel, Moore, Wilson, and Lazard as well. Yeah, I would trade for Travis Kelsey. A majority of the trades you guys said, if it involves Kelsey or Andrews, I'm like, yeah, well, sure. You lose Evans here, it hurts. Like, your receivers will be worse, but like, dude, you can start Cortland Sutton and Allen Lazard on a weekly basis and be fine. You know, and I think the advantage that Kelsey gives you is unprecedented. So Waller moved back to tight end 12 from tight end 5 after week 4. And Travis Kelsey moved up to tight end 1, surpassed Andrews. They're going to flop all season between each other. So, yeah, I would do this trade, man. I'm good with it.
I just still feel like Waller, if he's healthy, is going to probably finish in like the top 6 range by the end of the season. It's just such an inconsistent position.
Yeah. But in regards to this trade, I like Lazard's playing good football. I'd probably rather have Evans, but I'll take Lazard if I get Kelsey. You know. All right, let's see here. Anton, pick 2. Pick 1 running back, 1 flex. Dobbins, Godwin, Drake London, Dube, Pierce. this can be interesting. I want to get Steven's thoughts here, but I'll go one running back, one flex. I'd probably go Pierce. I'd probably go Godwin.
Yeah, I'm right there with you too. I like Godwin a lot rest of the season. He looked way better than I thought he was going to be. And Tom Brady went to him every damn play unless they were in the red zone. Then he went to Mike Evans. But holy crap, Godwin. Yeah, I think he saw 10 targets last week, and it was his first game back. Like, that was crazy.
Game script helped too. Like they're playing from behind, but it's still true.
Yeah, that is one thing. I don't know if they're going to ever need to pass like that.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Dobbins after the 22-point performance in Week 4 against Buffalo? 13 touches, 41 rushing yards, touchdown on the ground, 4 targets, 4 receptions, 22 receiving yards, and a score through the air. So 2 touchdowns total.
Yeah. I mean, with Dobbins, I think it's scary. I had him his rookie year, and he was like very consistent with the touchdowns, but that was it. That was the only thing he really gave you. And I kind of feel like that's going to be the case with him too. I think if he stays healthy, he'll probably finish as like a decent tier 2 running back, but you really need the touchdowns from him. So I would say, like, you should, when you think about starting him, I would say look at the defenses he's playing against before you plug him and play. Because if you're going up against like a Tampa Bay or I'm trying to think of another really stout run D like Denver or something, it might be a little bit scarier to start a guy like J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I agree. I just hope we can get a consistent sample piece there before we start him every week. But I'm not out on Dobbins, but I'm worried to start him this week. So
I like him more than the other 2 options here, just given their matchups with London and Dubes.
Dube, yeah, Anton overall, I go Godwin and Pierce as well. Pray, what's up, man? Hello. Great to have you. J Dubs in the house. What's up, brother? Listening on the way home. Let's go.
Check your trade box.
Steven looking for running backs. I'll address your trade request when I get home.
Good man.
Loki, just destroy your trade offer, Steven, with Allen Robinson.
Oh, shit, dude. Why'd you have to listen, J-Dubs? I was kidding, bro. He's a stud, man. He's a stud.
Vance, what's up, bro? Good to have you in the house, Vance. What's up? I don't know if I want to trade you CeeDee Lamb, bro. I don't know if I can, like...
Spence is aggressive in the trades, bro.
Spence and I have been sending trades to each other like all year between the 2 leagues. But the problem is, well, we talked about the running back trade earlier. I can't give up a running back. I only have 2 running backs, which is bad. So we'll talk about it, Spence. We'll talk about it. I just don't know if I want to trade Lamb, man. I feel like I need him. I don't know what I'm going to do in the catch family. I don't know if I can trade any receivers either because my team like now relies on upside of receiver. Like it's tough. It's tough, Spence. I'm worried because I'm starting Pittman as my wide receiver 1 in the catch family. I mean, if you have to, the targets should be there. Floor is probably okay here. The ceiling is just not good.
Yeah.
This week. But I would imagine the Colts are without JT, like they're gonna have to be attempting to throw the football. Like so, the targets should be there. I just don't know what's gonna happen with them, Chase.
Yeah.
It depends on.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it depends on who else you have there, Chase. But go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just gonna say too. I mean, like one thing about Pittman is I think through the rest of the season he might actually get a lot of cleanup work. You know, just because they're gonna probably be down by a decent spread in the fourth quarter or second half, but. In this game, I think it's a 3-point spread, and the Broncos' offense has been obviously so yuck this entire season so far. I don't know if it's going to really be as big of a gap come fourth quarter.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Robbie, pick 2, Dylan, Gabe, Cooks. I don't trust Gabe Davis right now.
It's really hard to.
I have him as a sit, so I probably go Cooks and Dylan, and I don't love Dylan right now either. I mean,
what happened there?
He had 20 points in week 1 and then has had no more than 9.4 in the next coming weeks. He gets the Giants, though. He leads the team in carries. Like
that's what I don't get.
Yeah. So on the season, he's averaging 3.7 yards per carry. It's not awful. It's not great. But the receiving work has definitely led towards Aaron Jones, though. Dylan has 14 targets. Jones, on the other hand, Jones only has 16. I thought it was a little bit higher than that, but um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this one. I mean, he could break out any week, but the Giants have surrendered 119 yards per game through the first 4 weeks of the season. So I probably go Dillon there, and then I'm going Cooks over Gabe Davis right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to trust Gabe Davis right now. Maybe I'm too early. I get the Steelers. Last week should have been the week, man. I mean, I think he was still hurt though. But listen, I'll say this much: if you want to roll the dice, go for some upside. Put Davis in over Cooks. But yeah, I'll go Dillon.
Man, I'll tell you what. If you had said that you were going to see that target volume and that those touches for AJ Dillon coming into the season, like he was going to be the lead back touches wise in Green Bay, he would have been like a second round draft pick probably.
Well, I feel like anyone who drafted with us, followed the channel in the offseason, we elevated AJ Dillon's stock in like every league.
Yeah.
The one league I thought it wasn't elevated, he got drafted in like the third round by Dusty. So
yeah,
you're out there, Dusty. But yeah. So I loved AJ Dillon the offseason. I didn't get him in a single league, and now I'm kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. All right, Derek, what's up, bro? Great to have you here, man. Let's see. Do you view Christian Kirk as a sell high? I wouldn't say so. No, I think he's going to be consistent throughout the year. So I'm good with Kirk. And I mean, technically, like by definition, coming off of a bad game, he wouldn't be a sell high. But he gets Houston this week, and actually Houston's playing okay, but like a lot of that's matchup or like game script based. But then he gets the Colts, then he gets the Giants. So it's a good little stretch here, man. I think Jacksonville's gonna have a good 3 weeks, man.
Trevor loves him too, man. Trevor really has a good connection with him.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. All right, hey guys, I lost Williams to ACL. Can you help for who to fill in? I have Gordon, Boone, and Robinson. I go Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon.
Guys, in my opinion, Gordon is the running back to start for the Denver Broncos right now. We'll see how much. Right, they're going to probably involve Boone and maybe even Murray to some degree, but like Gordon's the guy in my eyes. So if it's Brian Robinson, let's just give it a week. I don't even know if he's going to play.
I think he's practicing this week or going to return to practice. So he might be able to play.
Yeah, so 9 hours ago was designated to return to practice. So he could technically be ready, but they might sit him. And even if he is ready, I think you give it another week just to see what happens. So I go Gordon there for sure. I don't think Kamara wants to shine too much while he's court Daytona. That's possible. It's possible there. In a league where I'm super deep at running back and my starting receivers are Hollywood and Pittman, would you trade Cook for Lamb?
I think I'd want more.
I think Cook for Lamb is fair. If you're trading away Cook and you're getting Lamb, I'm good at that. If you're super deep at running back, like you're saying, Hollywood and CeeDee Lamb would be beautiful. And Pittman might be kind of downtrending with the Colts offense. So I'm good at that trade personally.
Just kind of sucks to get rid of Cook, but yeah.
I mean,
one of these things
does. If you're deep at running back, then
But
Cook is RB 25. Like,
again, what a weird season, and it's been a quarter of the season now. It's like you got to make that decision. Do you buy what's going on, or do you think something different's coming? And I think what really matters there is what's your record, right? If you're like undefeated, I would just hold Cook, in my opinion, because the upside's massive with him.
But the upside with Lamb is massive too, don't you think?
It is. I don't know. I just think Dalvin Cook. I mean, Dalvin Cook was what, like a top 5 draft pick, and
you like Cook, dude. What's up?
I like Cook a lot. He
was like a top 7 draft pick.
Okay. Well, you get my point. I mean, this guy is electric. And
Lamb is electric.
Okay, but Lamb, what were his numbers in the first couple games? Was he doing good? Yeah, they were? Okay. For some reason, I thought he was like a little bit disappointing for the first couple games.
Well, week 1 was bad. I'm sorry. 4.9. But then 15.1, 22.7, 21.7.
Okay. Let me throw a little wild card at you. Does Dak Prescott coming back hurt him? It's a wild card. We don't know. I say Cooper Rush forever, dude. That's my opinion.
They can't do it, man. They got too much money invested
I
in
know.
Dak. No, I don't think it hurts them.
Okay.
I don't think it hurts them. But
All right, CeeDee Lamb then.
what they've got going right now is working for CeeDee Lamb. But
I think they need to keep the same game plan. Play good defense, run the ball, no turnovers. Don't be stupid. Like, let's not try to do a bunch of fancy stuff, man.
yeah, I mean, Mike McCarthy's head coach of the year. We all
That
know
was so
that.
stupid, bro. That was so stupid.
He is, he's
Nah,
getting it
chill
done
out.
without a starting quarterback. That's good
Mike
stuff.
McDaniel, bro. Like, there's so many other coaches. Nick Sirianni. Like,
I'm just joking. That was something on Instagram. Steven said some of us. All right. Yeah, I'm fine with the trade if you're deep at running back, Lucius. All right, Steven, new Madden 23 on a new gen console.
new gen. Is that like an Xbox One?
What's the newest Xbox?
That's like the Xbox, the one that like came out and then like they were like, no, we're taking that.
Series X, right? Series
I think
S.
Spence, my what's
no Xbox?
I think I have an Xbox One.
Then no, I don't think you have the newest one. I don't think you have the new.
Why can't I play him in that? Is that I thought you
can't.
could, like,
It's not. No, they purposely made it non.
that makes no sense.
No, they did it on purpose. So you have to have the new Xbox. Yeah, because I was trying to play a couple people last year on my Xbox who had. Yeah, it's not cross compatible. It's really stupid. At least on Madden, it's not all games, but Madden is. Yeah.
Well, I might have to put, come after Santa Claus to get something here soon. So maybe
Good
soon.
old Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa's coming around the corner now.
Come. Dude, Santa's going to be here in 2 months, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
Right. Sorry, chat. We are so behind. All right, traded CH for Kamara. Thoughts? I'm not against it. If your running backs are fine, I don't want to hate it. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire is like my guy right now. He's RB4. He's playing good football. The Chiefs are using him in the red zone. Kamara is just a big old question mark, man. It could pay off, or it cannot pay off. So if you're fine at running back, I'm not against it. But
I keep CH.
I like CH right now too, but it's still Kamara. Like, I get the appeal, so I don't think it's an awful trade, man.
He is cool. He's way cooler.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. All right, Zach, we got you, of course. On the JT side, him and decline. Appreciate the help, of course, man. Yeah, I definitely like your side more there, Zach. Shout out to Zach again for first super chat of the night. Cedar Cinnabone, what's up, man? How's it going? Always great to have you in the house. Appreciate you being here, man. Cinnabon set up something pretty sick on Discord with NFL news, and it's just like anything that Sleeper puts out as news automatically goes out to Discord.
That's sick.
So it's pretty cool. I don't think it's
Sleeper's
working.
always
Oh, they are. They're good.
Yeah.
All right, Blue Crew, drop by Uke for Robinson. Kind of depends on the roster, but I think that's a fine drop.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those ceilings with Ayuk we'd like to see. Any tips on selling high on CH and Miles Sanders? Who could I get, or should I just hold? I would hold.
Man.
Yeah, like you got 2 top 8 running backs. I would hold them right now.
Sanders especially, man. Like we've been waiting. He looks so good, dude. He
Nick
looks so
Sirianni is just gonna have him.
Yeah.
This is like the best scenario from a fantasy perspective for Eagles running back. Like he's like, no, he's our RB1, and they're feeding him like an RB1. Gainwell's barely touching it. Boston Scott has done nothing this year. So.
I will say though, Gainwell's a great backup to have because he's up next. I think, even though Boston Scott's hanging around there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Jordan Howard, but he's gone. Traded for Net and then Njoku to get JT. Is that W? That's a fun trade.
Man, it sucks losing Fournette there, dude.
Fournette's still good, but and how did Njoku fare? Because I haven't done the tight end video yet, and
he had a massive catch.
9.7 points is not bad. 73 receiving yards. I just was really worried he was going to have a bigger drop off. 9.7 is not bad. 9.7 is not bad
for tight end. That's like amazing. Yeah. What did Kyle Pitts get? 0?
Pitts had Pitts have an okay game. No, he had 3.5 points. The previous week.
Pitts is absolutely done, dude.
But it's not utilizing it, man. It's ugly. Albert, what's up, my guy? Hello. Derek, hit the thumbs up for the catch. Thanks for that.
Thanks, sir.
What do you think of this trade for Net and MT for Swift and Pittman? I'm not out on this, but like you got two injured players basically between MT and Swift. So I like Swift a lot. I'd probably lean the Swift side, but like you kind of have like a safe floor at running back and Fournette, and then an upside player at MT. Then on the other side, an upside player at running back and a safe floor in Pittman. And I just like Swift right now, even though he's hurt. I go Swift.
I will say though, I don't think Swift's ever going to be the guy in Detroit again. Jamal Williams has shown that he is so dominant. I think this is a backfield committee, which doesn't matter. Like Swift can get it done on 4 attempts. Like he's still a beast with 2 no carries. But
they want him to be the guy, but I think the bigger issue is he just can't stay healthy. And then Jamal Williams is just capable, and it's just 2 different RBs styles.
I think
they want both on the field.
It's thunder and lightning, dude, and I think that's what they want in Detroit because that offensive line is why these guys are so good this year, man. So it's like
and Jared Goff.
Yeah, well, Jared Goff has shown now that he can do it if he's got people protecting him. I mean,
that was the other thing we talked about the stats with McVay as a head coach for the Rams. It was awful when Goff. Goff never had time to throw football. And the other thing is Craig Reynolds is a really good quarterback, or excuse me, running back. I'm sorry as well, and he's RB3. So they want to use all the running backs there.
I just think whoever is the offensive coordinator in Detroit, I don't know his name. This is going to be a head coaching candidate next season. Like what Detroit has done offensively over the past 2 years now, especially if this stays all season, I think he's going to get some looks, bro, because this is a good offense, man.
Oh gosh, who is it? It was all over Hard Knocks. I can't remember his name, but I am all for the Lions. I've been all for the Lions all off season before Hard Knocks came out. All right, I have Sanders. I have Sanders as a bench backup running back. Oh, then you're good, man. I say go for the upside and get Swift here. I'm good at that, man. But either side's fine there. Weird thing is though, I have Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Sanders starting. If I take the trade, those I don't know. Okay. Hey man, there's. I get wanting to diversify, and I understand being afraid of utilizing too much of an offense. But then every year, there's going to be 2 or 3 offenses where it's take all those pieces. They're going to be fine. Outside of injury, you can start all these guys and not worry. Don't get me wrong. There's be 1 or 2 weeks throughout the season where they get in a competitive game, and the fantasy ceiling's not great. But the Eagles right now, yes, you can have those 3 guys and feel confident, man.
It's like the Bengals from last season with Mixon, Chase, and Burrow. That's a really good example for me, anyways. That you just kind of want every piece, or maybe back in the day with Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, and Cooper, whoever they had a receiver at that time. I mean, there's just a ton of guys that the triple stack.
Sure, yeah, I'm good at this move, man. I don't have a problem with it at all. All right, Worth the guy. What's up, man? Need help deciding my wide receiver 2 flex spot, Bateman, London, or Gallup. Woo! Man, I probably go Gallup here in the flex. The Rams are not good against opposing receivers, and Ramsey's going to have to pay attention to CeeDee Lamb. Gallup, I think Gallup's a good game, man. If Bateman's healthy,
I'm going Bateman.
Yeah, if Bateman's healthy, I like him in this matchup against the Bengals. I like that game script overall. But let me try and just take a peek here. Bateman did not practice today, still dealing with a foot injury. Status remains in doubt. So if Bateman's not healthy, then go London. London gets Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but he could even see work at the end of the game. I mean, I like London a lot here in terms of I feel like he's safe. I think he's way safer than the rest of these guys.
Yeah, safe floor there, although he had a bad game last week. But
yeah.
But I still go Bateman if he's healthy.
Because they're not going to be able to run 50,000 times against Tampa. They're going to have to pass the ball.
Sure. And yeah, regards to the Falcons. And then for Bateman, I just like that game script there. And I hope he's healthy. I do. All right. Chase, I have Pittman, DJ Moore, Bateman, Myers, and Scary Terry. Crap, I already forgot. I forgot where we're at with you, Chase. I forgot what we were discussing. Hold on. Hopefully, I can scroll up that far. Okay. You have Michael Pittman. That's right. Okay. Ooh, that was easier than I thought it'd be. Okay. Uh, so Pitt. Oh, okay. Pittman, Moore, Bateman, Myers, Scary Terry. So you can start Scary Terry this week. But you need another receiver. So Bateman's healthy, and go Bateman. I mean, listen, dude. Like I said, like if you have to go Pittman, it's not great, but it's if you have to do it, the target should be there, right? So
Definitely not starting DJ Moore.
No, I would absolutely sit DJ Moore and Myers, who might have Zappy throwing to him again, or Hoyer. Um, like Scary Terry, Pittman, and Bateman are still the best options here. So if Bateman's not healthy, which you might not be able to wait for, is kind of the bigger problem here. Is you might not be able to wait. You might just start Pittman. So
I just go Pittman here. I
I
think
probably could just go Pittman as well, as long
Yeah.
as it's full PPR. So, Jerry with the $2 dono.
Oh man, Jerry, what's up, man?
What a guy! We need to take away Steven's ability to trade.
Oh my gosh.
We probably should. We probably should.
John called me out on it before the stream started. He said I was a really bad trader, and so I've now gotten it from everybody. I'm a bad trader. Yes.
Well, I did say in the catch league I would deny any trades involving Steven.
Yeah, dude, you didn't set a very good precedent for making people want to trade with me, dude. I'm a good guy, I swear, right? I'm trying to help you out. Take Allen Robinson.
Thank you for the donation, Jerry. Appreciate it, man. It means a lot. I'll put it up on the screen when I get down to it. I just have like the active chat to my left, and able to put this chat on the screen. It's on a different screen. So setup difficulties here. But Jerry, thank you so much for the $2 donation, and we will look into exiling Steven from the Catch family completely.
Put me in the Napoleon exile or an island.
Should I play Pittman over Godwin, Allen, or AJ Brown? Not over AJ Brown, probably not over Godwin. Keenan Allen is maybe hurt still. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're in this quandary. I would start all those three over Pittman.
Yeah, the biggest issue would just be if Allen doesn't play, you're kind of screwed. He gets Cleveland. He's questionable still. He didn't practice today, but like he's a veteran player who he doesn't have to practice. He can go on Sunday. So you might have to go Pittman because he plays Thursday. But don't bench AJ Brown. Don't bench Godwin. So
are you looking to sell Allen?
No, I mean I've seen him floating around in trade packages. I think it's fine, but like no, I still think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine as long as he's healthy. I just gotta get healthy. So, all right, Aria with the $2 donation. Third of the night. Thank you so much, man. Very, very kind to you. CEH for Fournette, ? So it depends on what side you're on here. Yes, it's a fair trade. Really, either way. I mean, Fournette is RB16, full PPR, so he's a lot lower overall. He has one touchdown on the season. It's a receiving touchdown. CEH is RB4. And he has 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns on the year, 3 through the air, 2 on the ground. I probably lean CH here. I don't know. I like CH, and I might be biased there because like I've traded for him. So in my mind, I'm like CH is good.
He has to be better.
Listen, Leonard Fournette had a really weird game in week 4 against the Chiefs. He had -3 rushing yards, 3 rushing attempts. That's it. But he had 7 targets, 7 receptions, 57 receiving yards, and a touchdown through the air. So full PPR had 18.4 fantasy points while having -3 rushing yards. So it's like his best fantasy day of the season. He had -3 rushing yards. It's wild. But
I don't know, man. I feel like I still do lean the Leonard Fournette side of this package or side of this deal, but it's tough to avoid. Like, it's tough to look at numbers like what CH is putting up and say, oh no, they're just numbers. Because it's like, I think Leonard Fournette, out of all the backs that have kind of like underperformed, he has got like everything in his favor to be like a stud rest of the season. Um, like the guy that you want to like hitch your wagon to, you want to be a part of him. But like CH is that guy right now. So I think, I've said it before. I think it also, again, it matters about where you are in your season. If you need wins right now, I'd probably go CH because he's doing it right now.
That's a good point. And 22.4, 15.8, 14.9, 22.4 again. Like those are his stat lines in full PPR. So,
Yeah.
or not his stat lines, but his fantasy totals each week. And that Chiefs offense is different this year, right?
Good.
And yeah, they are good. And a big part of it is getting creative in the red zone and the end zone. And CH is like a vocal, like immediate piece of that. So I might stick CH here. I'm not completely against Fournette, Aria, but I think I lean CH.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look in the chat real quick. I have JT. Yeah, and let us know, Aria. We're going to be way behind in the chat, but let us know like what the rest of your roster looks like, and if you're still hanging out by the time we get to that point in the chat because we were super behind. We'll look into it further. But thank you so much for the $2 super chat, my guy. And let us know if you have any other questions or if you want any further evaluation there, man. All right, AJ Dillon's been playing tough run defense this entire season. Yeah, it's a good stretch for the Packers. Like we've talked about Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, their stretch coming up. If you're an Aaron Rodgers owner, I'd be feeling pretty good. He gets the Giants, the Jets, and Washington coming up. Then he gets Buffalo, which is a tough matchup overall, even with the safety injuries. Like, still a tough matchup. They're still playing fine defensively, but it's a good game script. Like Aaron Rodgers going against Josh Allen, like you can see some points there. Then they get Detroit, who are giving up a lot of points right now. So it's a good couple of weeks here. Then they get Dallas, which is probably the toughest matchup in that stretch. But then they get Tennessee. Then they get Philly. It's a bad matchup. Then they get Chicago. But anyways, my main point was the Giants. The Giants, the Jets, Washington, Buffalo, Detroit. I like these coming weeks for the Packers and for Aaron Rodgers specifically. So it's a good point, Spence. Yeah. All right, let's see. I like Gabe Davis this week. I think this is the week he goes off. I hope so, Derek.
I hope so.
I know you guys talked about that last night, you and Ron the Goat, or maybe that was in the wide receiver video premiere this morning. Just how you guys are both starting Davis, giving him one more week in your lineup. It's a decent matchup against the Steelers. It's a good matchup. So this could be, the week that I say to start setting someone is the week they're going to score and have a good game.
Let me just say, I just think football needs to see Gabe Davis ball out because, like, he is such a playmaker, man. Such a playmaker.
He has been hurt, too. So, All right, pick 2, London, Doobie, Judy, Juju, Zay Jones, Pickens. I go London and I go Judy. But Dobbs and Pickens are in my mind.
Pickens, here. Man. Pickens. Really? I like Pickens here, bro. Because, all right, think about this. They are like negative 14.5 point spread. Like, they are going to be throwing the ball so much at the end of this game. Pickens is the best player in this receiving core, in my opinion. I think he has a good game here. And then I'd probably take Judy, just a little bit safer than. But man, I like Pickens. He's sneaky good this week, I think.
Okay. Full PPR, sure. I think that's fine.
Not half PPR.
Yeah, I would not start Juju. I'll tell you that much. So
no. Yeah. Or Zay Jones.
Also, Steven, let's work something out for trade, not these BS offers we've been sending each other.
Well, I'm very much so like John. It's going to be, I need a running back. I can't trade you a running back. So just know that.
Steven is not like me. Don't make that claim. I'm thinking of trading Lenny for Cook or Kamara. Who do you like more? I probably, frankly, would rather have Leonard Fournette than either of those guys right now.
Yeah,
but if you wanted to do the trade, I'd probably go Cook.
There's no way I'm trading for Kamara. Like, I wouldn't trade anybody for Kamara right now.
I've gotten a lot of, and like I get it, guys. Like it's a good time to buy low. Like I get it. Like each week that passes where we see this out of Kamara, you're like, if he gets healthy and gets rolling, like I'm not gonna be able to trade nothing for him, or one player for him. So I get that aspect of it, and I think with the right deal, there's nothing wrong with it. But I would rather hold Lenny, and if I did do the trade, I'd go Cook. But I don't think like if you trade Leonard Fournette for Cook, has your roster really changed? Like, has it improved? I think it basically stays the same. So
I would take Lenny for sure there because I do think he's going to, and I was just gassing up Cook, but I think Lenny is going to be a part of a better offense, a better team, and a healthier, more consistent player. I like Lenny a lot more.
All right, let's see. Thank you guys for being here, by the way, man. Thank you guys for everyone being here tonight. I know we were super behind chat. Thank you to everyone in the chat helping answer and giving your guys' fantasy thoughts and opinions. In the chat, guys, hit that like button for us if you guys haven't done so already. Let's try and get as many likes on the stream as possible tonight. All right, do I start Conklin over Pitts or any other waiver tight ends over Pitts? I mean, at this point, yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I would definitely consider it. I mean, it depends on who else is out there. But Conklin's a tight end 9, even after having just 8.2 points in week 4, is lowest on the season against Miami. Listen, if you bench Pitts, you might be. He gets Tampa Bay. I don't know. I'd probably go Conklin. Other options who might be out there probably aren't great. Robert Tonyan, the Patriots have been really bad against the tight end position. He had his best game of the season last year. He might be out there against the Giants. Hayden Hurst is an option who gets Baltimore. Evan Ingram gets Houston. I mean, yeah, you don't have to drop Pitts, but I would probably start any of those guys over Pitts right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop him, but I would be trying to trade him to somebody that doesn't watch fantasy that much and just kind of knows the big name of Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, or package him. Some people still want him. But each week that passes, and we're getting 1 out of 4 weeks where he's double-digit performance. I'm like, ooh. All right, better wide receiver waiver wire pickup: Alec Pierce, Tony, Nico Collins, or Robinson. I go Alec Pierce. I don't see much value out of Tony or Robinson.
I'd go Robinson.
That's fine. I get
it.
I don't want any pieces of the Giants receiving core after last week when all those guys were out there and they combined for like 3 points.
I just think Tony and Robinson are way better than anybody they have out there, and they actually drafted Robinson. And if he can get healthy, he'll get the volume. I think. I don't know. I think he's a stud.
That's fair.
He reminds me of T.Y. Hilton.
That's fair. You can stash it. And I'm sorry, he didn't play last week, but
no.
With Richie James out there. By the way, Kenny Golladay has an MCL sprain, so he's done for a couple of weeks. Someone's gonna be the wide receiver one. And I made the case last week, keep an eye on Robinson or Richie James, who had negative fantasy points. So, they say start him, but they keep an eye. But this week, whoever is the number 1 receiver has Jair Alexander. The next week they have Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey. Then they get Jacksonville's defense, but then they get Seattle in a bye week in Houston and Detroit. So there's some hope down the road for somebody.
Yeah, too. This week it's going to probably be Davis Webb at quarterback. So that's a very sad situation.
Yeah, fair point there. All right, let's try and speed this up a little bit because we are so behind. We're not going to get to the bottom of the chat tonight, and I don't have it. All right,
I believe it.
Louis Digital. All right, 12-man half PPR currently 2-2. Lamar, Kyler, Wilson, Mixon, Etienne, Robinson, Madison, Debo, Devonta Smith, Scary Terry, Garrett Wilson, Renfro, Higbee. Thoughts on my team? It's a good-looking team. Yeah, I know 2-2 feels tough, but I mean you're still at 500, so. Running back a little steep here. Imagine he probably had an injury for starting Wilson, or maybe he just drafted Mixon and Etienne and dropped some people. So Lamar and Kyler at quarterback, man, I don't have a problem with it, but if you want to upgrade somewhere, you can move one of those quarterbacks. I would move Kyler over Lamar. Receivers look fine, but you can also move on from Renfro probably. The biggest thing with Renfro right now is you can get a shot to get him back on the waivers. he's still questionable to play in week 5. Then he gets a bye week in week 6. So like if you drop him and you need to play someone, which I don't know if you necessarily need to, but if you want to upgrade at running back, you can move on from Kyler here. You don't necessarily need him, but if you're really worried, like Kyler and Lamar injuries, I get it, I guess. So, but that would be my immediate thought there. I think your receivers are fine, tight ends fine, Higbee's playing great, and you probably, I mean, Wilson can get you through until Eli Mitchell's back. So, I would want to upgrade at running back if I upgraded somewhere here. Maybe go for a consistent receiver, but
yeah.
2 and 2 is not too bad. I wouldn't panic. Is Rashad Bateman a drop for Doobie? No, because Bateman's still your number 1 option. I still think Lazard's the number 1 option for Aaron Rodgers. So.
I'd rather have dudes.
Steven rather have the Doobie. So, yeah. Which is fine. Both are fine. I don't have a major issue, but I probably lean Bateman slightly. I have Murray, Carr, JT, Saquon, Pierce, Kareem, St. Brown, Waddle, Johnson, McLaurin, Kelsey, and Joe Cuckoo. Niners defense. With JT out and St. Brown and Waddle banged up, what am I going to do? I mean, your team is loaded here.
Stacked,
so,
bro.
You're starting Murray, starting Saquon and Pierce. You're fine there. St. Brown still might play and Waddle might play. So if they play, just start them. If they don't, then you just roll with Deontay and Scary Terry. Don't have great ceilings, but they should get you through the week because you got Kelsey at tight end. Like you've got really good players here. So I think Waddle probably has a better chance to play than St. Brown, but I think you're fine.
Yeah. You've been watching those defense and kicker videos too, man. You got a couple of legends right there at those spots.
Yeah. Space Coast, coast to coast. What's up, Jesse? Hey, brother, who should I start? Sure, we'll get to the rest of that in a second here. What's up, Jesse? Do you guys think me playing Hurts, AJ Sanders will hurt me until I get Swift back? No. We talked about that
at all.
But no, not even close. Not even close. If Amon-Ra is playing, do you start Reynolds or Algalore? Reynolds. I don't trust no Patriots receivers this week. Dude.
Yeah.
Reynolds and Goff have a very good chemistry. Going back to the Rams days. Full PPR, you can roll with Reynolds. He was playing actually just fine even when Amon-Ra and DJ Chark were healthy. So Penny, Algier, or Myers. I go Penny this week.
Yeah.
Algier has a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Myers has maybe like a groundhog throwing the football to him. I go Penny.
Dude, just real quick before we move on, I didn't like any of those fantasy backs on the waivers for the Falcons. I thought it was very scary. I don't know what your thoughts were. I mean, obviously they're options, but you've got Williams there, you have Cordell Patterson coming back, you got Huntley, you got freaking Marcus Mariota running the ball. I mean, there's just so many players that are going to be in the mix over these next couple of games, and their schedule's brutal.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, and then Cincinnati and Carolina are like kind of in the middle. So, but Tampa Bay and San Fran is like
this is a really brutal stretch, man.
Yeah, that's bad. So I actually didn't go after either of them.
Yeah, either.
But I also was in a position. I was like, I'm not going to get them. There's no point to put it through. So, let's see. Gonna try. Yeah, not cross-gen, Steven. He said he would do Deontay and Fournette for Clyde. I think I'll go ahead and do it. I mean, if you're getting those two, then I think that's fair. Fair. Let's see here. What's up, Brendan? Just traded Aaron Jones, Gabe Davis, Wilson for JJ and Juju. So now I have Josh Allen, Cooper Kupp, JJ Swift, Uncle Lenny, Fearmouth, and Michael Pittman. It hurts probably to lose Jones, but overall this was a good trade. Like, here's the thing, man. I don't have any faith in Juju from a fantasy perspective, but overall your team's fine. Yeah,
I think you won this deal for sure, and you can just go ahead and get rid of Juju if he sucks.
Obviously Swift is hurt, and Lenny can get hurt. If Rachaad White is available, you should pick him up right now. It's a great handcuff. I doubt Jamal Williams is available, but I like this trade. Josh Allen, Cooper Kupp, JJ. Say no more. And Swift when he's healthy. Yeah, I think this was a good trade. And I like what you did here, Brendan, because we see a lot of trades. Should I trade Aaron Jones, Gabe Davis, and Garrett Wilson for JJ? And what do I always say? I don't care if get their worst player too. Get they're gonna have to drop someone. Get Juju. It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt. So I like that. Even if Juju is not someone you need to start. But, okay. Ron the Goat, what's up, baby? What's up? What's up? Santa. What's up, Jerry?
Out.
Wait, the Catch Fan Basketball League draft is tonight?
Yeah, I just saw that. It's at 9:00. So make sure you're logged into that. Yeah. I have no idea how to do these drafts, Jerry. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Jerry, I am letting you know straight up. I am auto drafting. Like I'll be in there. I'll be chilling with you guys. I'm gonna have to help with the baby as soon as I get off here at 9. Oh gosh, I did not know this, Jerry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I just saw the notification and I was like, holy shit.
But Jerry, my plan was to always auto draft because if I try anything else, dude, I'm gonna have the worst. It's gonna be unfair. So I might draft in the first round, and other than that, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be chilling. But Jerry, thanks for putting together the Catch Fan Basketball League.
Jerry, give a couple of tips in the chat while we're going through here about what you should be drafting, just so we know.
Yeah, sure, because I don't. Gosh, I mean LeBron James, Steph Curry,
Yeah.
I'll draft those guys. All right, Lou Digital. Hey guys, who should I trade Kyler Murray for? So you probably want to upgrade at running back here, like because Wilson's only going to last so long. Like you can get through with Debo Smith and Scary Terry, then Wilson bringing you some upside. So here's what you need to do, Louis. You need to go through your league. You need to see who needs a quarterback, who had Dak, who had Trey Lance, who had Tua, who just drafted Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins like me. Like go find someone who needs a quarterback because that is your best overall target. Look at their running backs, who's attainable, and make some offers. Go fishing, man. If that's not working for you, package ETN with Garrett Wilson because there are people who are still looking at Garrett Wilson as an upside play and still looking at ETN as someone who has value down the stretch. But I would keep Wilson for now, and I would keep I would keep Jeff Wilson for now. To clarify, and I would keep Brian Robinson to see if he pops as well. Thoughts on Pittman tomorrow? Don't love him if you have to start him. It's okay. Don't love him. It's a bad matchup. It's a bad game script. I got to stretch going every weekend. Almost want to lose to get the target off my Jerry undefeated right now. 4-0.
Just like he was last year too.
Trade Woods and McKenzie for Jeff Wilson. That's fine if you don't need the receivers, Omar. That's fine. But just keep in mind that Jeff Wilson is a short-term play. So
He looks good though, man.
He does look good. He does look good. All right, Chris and Don, what's up? I have one hole in my lineup. Have PPR RB2, which now is even more of a void with Patterson down. Will Algier be the one to start, or go with Wilson, Zeke, Penny, or Mostert, or ETN? So I probably go Jeff Wilson until I go Jeff Wilson here.
And Zeke is a horrible matchup.
Or Penny. Like I probably go Wilson for the week, but you could consider Penny as well. But I think you're okay. I wouldn't go Algier against Tampa Bay over these players. So,
what's your thoughts on Mostert?
I don't want to start him this week.
Okay, it's got the Jets.
Yeah, I don't want to trust. I mean, Edmonds isn't hurt, right?
No, it's just like he saw 70% of the snaps last week. Mostert did.
Yeah,
it's all the 2-minute work.
Edmonds still had 10 fantasy points.
He's the touchdown guy right now for whatever reason.
Mostert had 10.1, but you're right. 15 touches for Mostert, 3 targets, 5 touches for Edmonds, 3 targets. So I just think we're going to see some flip flop in there.
Yeah.
I don't see any consistency there personally. Jerry, start Boone or Gordon. I will go Gordon. Yeah. My conviction, if you guys own Broncos running backs, start Gordon, sit the other 2. We need to see what happens here. What's up, JL? I traded Jay Jettis for Chase plus some improved RBs, though a 12-team offers slim pickings. Trying to get JT, but don't have much to offer except receivers. Which JT owner has plenty? Thoughts? I would rather have – well, okay, if you traded JJ for Chase and running backs, then that's fine. I don't know what running backs you traded for. It just depends on the roster here, JL. It depends on who you have to trade around and who can go fishing for. So you can definitely get JT right now. It's a good time to go get him. So I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could buy him even lower in a week or so.
That was a long sip of water. Sorry. I got offered Kittle and Gibson for Gordon and Kirk. I keep Gordon and Kirk. If that's in the Catch family, sorry to whoever I'm going against here, but I keep Gordon and
I've
Kirk.
I've gotten that offer too.
Oh, really? He's not floating around. I don't know who has Kittle. Is Michael Thomas playing versus Seattle or Pittman? What's up, Andrew? I don't know if I saw you earlier in the chat, but a lot of people in here. Let me check for Thomas. Thomas is sidelined. We don't have it. We don't have an answer. Andrea is tough, so you might have to go Pittman here. I'd rather go Thomas if he's healthy, but you might just have to go Pittman, unfortunately, Andrea. All right, thoughts on Jacobs, Jones, or Harris? Guy who owns him lost Dak, and he's starting Wentz. Okay, good. Let's see here. Aaron Jones. I want Aaron Jones out of the three, personally. But you could go for either three. That's not any of the three.
Najee Harris advice, if you're looking at trade opportunities here, look at his schedule. He's got like 4 or 5 weeks in a row against brutal opponents. Snag him right off the bye week. I would go after the owner because that dude's going to want to cut him at that point, probably.
Smart. That's smart. I'm a Najee owner as well. So
I'll be targeting you, brother.
Out of these three, I go Aaron Jones, man. All right, let's see here. Andrea, what's going on? Always great to have you. Should I trade Dalvin Cook, Schultz, and Zeke Elliott for Sutton, Fournette, and Pierce? Yes. Yeah, you should do this. I'd rather have Fournette and Pierce than Cook and Zeke, and I'd rather have Sutton than. Yeah, you should do this. The Sutton, Fournette, Pierce side, yes, that's the side you want. Do you guys think Hawkinson for Kittle's trade is a good trade? Do you think Hawk is a weekly start after that ceiling game? I still believe in Kittle, but less and less every day. I mean, I'd rather have Hawk right now, but
really,
to your point, like the production was elevated because of Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, and DeAndre Swift missed this game, and the game script just got absolutely stupid. But I mean, listen, Hawkinson is tight end 3. I get that he's elevated. I wish we could see what he was.
Dude, he was terrible. He was awful.
7.8, 5.6, 10.8 is not great, but honestly, by tight end standards, it's still mid. It's not awful. And honestly, if we're calling that terrible,
okay, Kittle's missed like every game of the season.
6.8 against Denver, 4.4 against the Rams. I mean, what are you supposed to do with Kittle? Like, just I think it's how, like Steven says, Ron. You need to win now because I think if you need to, you roll with Hawkinson. Yeah. If you don't, then you go for the upside. You go for Kittle. Yeah. That's what I would say. Personally, at the moment, if it was my roster, I'd keep Hawkinson. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Best ball resurrection draft this Friday. My best contest with the Catch fam. Yeah, let's do some. We'll do some Friday for sure, man. I like Najee's volume too, but I doubt he would give him Jacobs after last week's performance. I could possibly get Dobbins as well. I go for Aaron Jones there, man. I still go for Jones. All right, let's see here. Pierce versus Jax or Singletary versus Pittsburgh. I go Pierce. Yeah. There's Jerry's super chat. Thanks again, Jerry. We got Bryce in the house. What's up, man? What's up? Let's see. Aria, thank you for the super chat as well. Who do I start between Pittman, Allen, and Najee? Probably this is tough.
Not Najee.
Yeah, it's bad because Pittman gets the Broncos Thursday Night Football. Bad matchup. Keenan Allen is hurt. You don't have time to think about it. Like, you have to put one of them in by tomorrow. You really don't. I don't know if I hate Najee against the Jets in this situation.
Dude, I just think if they're down, if it
does, the Jets. I'm sorry. The
Bills with a 15-point spread is that's like pretty scary. I mean, he does see. Does Kenny Pickett check it? We don't really know if he checks it down either.
We don't know what to expect,
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you could say, well, like Steelers probably have to rely on the run in this game, so it's weird, man. But I probably go Najee. I don't like Pittman tomorrow, man, and you can't. And then at least you have the opportunity to wait on Keenan Allen. And if he plays, you just plug in Allen. So
yeah,
that's probably where I would be at. But
it's not confident.
No, it's a tough situation here, Cedric, for sure, man. AJ Dillon or Gabe Davis? I go AJ Dillon. What's up, Chase? I go Dillon this week.
Dillster.
Do I trade Mixon and Hollywood for CD and Andrews? My running backs are Kamara, Pierce, Stevenson, Herbert. Okay, so I think we talked a little bit in the comments section. Let's see here. Let's see.
I would do that. Okay. You kidding me? CD and Andrews? Oh, actually, the running back depth.
The running back thing is the issue, though. That's what we talked about in the comments. Because then you have Kamara, Pierce, Stevenson, Herbert.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You need Mixon, unfortunately.
You do need Mixon, but you can also just. Here's the thing: if you do the trade, Pierce is your RB1. Do you have that faith in Pierce for the rest of the season? Because then you're rotating Kamara, Stevenson, and Herbert at RB2. Like, it just hurts your depth pretty bad there.
That's brutal.
If Kamara pops and gets back, he doesn't have to pop. He can just can give us 10 to 12 points a week, then you're okay, because you have Andrews, you bring that positional advantage. But I just think it hurts your running back position too much, man.
Yeah.
I traded Josh Jacobs for Mike Williams and Zach Ertz. It's a good trade.
Yeah.
Good trade. Jacobs is fine, but it's a good trade overall. Ron, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex, Davis, Sutton, Mike Williams, Kirk, Hawkinson. I think in this situation, you can go with the receivers.
Yeah.
If you're going to sit a receiver, it's Gabe Davis and go Hawkinson, but you can just start. This is a roster and a setup where you can start Gabe Davis this week.
Yeah.
You're going to get enough upside out of Sutton, Kirk, and Williams that if he busts again, then you're fine. So, all right, let me see here. Trying to get through everything. Drop Penny for Ramondre.
I like Ramondre more rest of the season, but I wouldn't want to drop Penny.
I wouldn't want to drop Penny either. And I will say, guys, if you own Patriots running backs like Ramondre and Damian Harris are truly must starts this week again. The Lions.
Yeah, must start.
The Lions defense not defending the run. So Ramondre is going to have a good week if you have to win now.
Here's the issue. Package Penny with another player you don't like, trade him to somebody so you open up a waiver spot and grab Ramondre. That's what you do there.
That's perfectly fine. It's a great time to sell Penny high.
Yeah.
I do think Penny could be fine rest of the season, but that's a good way to do it. That's fine. Yeah. All right, let me see. All right, we hit that one. Okay, we're getting a couple repeats, so sorry if I miss anyone. I don't know why it does this. Getting a lot of repeats. Okay, that's actually good because that means we might be able to catch up here. Potentially. Okay. Let's see here. QRB is the way of the future. I just want someone other than Pitts as my tight end. Then do the trade. Go get Andrews, man. Duron Cheese. I'm looking for a bench wide receiver. I'm dropping Julio. Who y'all like better, Myers or Jones? I go Zay Jones. If the quarterback situation wasn't shaky with the Pats, then I could go with Myers. Jones has been fine when he's been healthy, so I go Zay Jones. All right, I got offered J-Rob and Thielen for Connor and Lockett. Do I accept?
That's tough. I don't think I would. I like Lockett a lot, man. He's been so
Lockett's playing good, man. Yeah.
He's been so
I
good.
don't. Okay, here's the difference, right? More upside at running back with the J-Rob side, more upside at receiver with the Lockett side. So
yeah.
How do you want to play it? You're going to get a pretty stable floor out of Thielen, not a lot of upside. You're going to get a pretty stable floor out of Connor, not a lot of upside. So I don't really mind it either way. I don't know how much it's really improving your roster necessarily.
And, we talked about it the other day when I was going through trading Connor. There is a scenario where Hopkins coming back unlocks Kyler Murray in this offense, which allows for less people in the box, which allows for James Conner to start getting those touchdowns and start being more efficient. So I think this is a hold here. I think you shouldn't do it. That's
fair. I like that point. How long will the Denver Broncos offense continue to underdeliver? Well, they played fine against the Raiders. They showed me enough. The run game wasn't very good, but Sutton had 16.2 points, and in the same week, Judy had 15.3. Russell Wilson had 27.4 points. Melvin Gordon had -1 points. But like I said, other than the run game, they played fine. Like Albert O is okay. Like really, it's Judy, Sutton, and Wilson. Like outside of Sutton, we weren't seeing a lot of consistent productivity there. So, but they're still like a sketchy team. Like I think they could have a good game tomorrow though, because the Colts suck. But I'm hoping they get on track with J-Dubs. The first 3 weeks were really rough. Should I trade Waddle and Swift for Chase and Dobbins? I would not personally.
Yeah. Chase has been underwhelming all season, anyways. I don't think it's really necessary.
Chase has not been underwhelming.
Are you kidding me? From last year? Yes, he has.
Where he got drafted.
He's like the receiver 2 on this team.
Actually, T. Higgins is wide receiver 14 in fantasy. Jamar Chase is wide receiver 13. So
I feel like the targets, though, are more targets going to Higgins. I'd be interested to know that. Really?
Higgins has 28 targets. Chase has 41. I went off on this subject in the wide receiver video.
Well, because it seems so weird. It's like Higgins is just way more efficient than, obviously.
So, right. Like the upside in the last 2 weeks has been going towards Higgins overall. Like 25.4 points and 14.3, where Chase has had 12.1 and 11.7. So it feels that way. But overall, here's what you can think about at the end of the day is like that chemistry between Chase and Burrow will not go anywhere. Like when Burrow, the game's on the line, 3rd down and 10, 4th and 5, like his mind is thinking about Jamar Chase the whole time, So, and I get what you're saying. Like, ultimately, he has been underwhelming compared to where he got drafted. But if you look at what he did last year through the first 3 games, he's actually not that far off. But the difference is he had 2 more touchdowns through the first 4 games than he had this year. So, but outside of that, like receiving wise, he's actually just right about on track. If my math is right,
he's also like the coolest player in the world. Like somebody tried to request him from me, and I was like, "There's no way I'm not allowing somebody with that much swagger to leave my team." Like he is so cool. No way.
But with all that being said, Higgins is a very good football player for sure. But I just seen a lot of trades like just selling Chase low, and you just shouldn't, you just shouldn't. But ultimately, I like Swift over Dobbins, so that's what wins this trade for me. All right, if Monty is out this week, do I play White, Robinson, Walker, or Justin Jackson, McKissick, Page? Yeah. Boone, Murray, Ricard White, probably. These are all not good options, which I know you're not happy about. But Robinson or White, but Robinson, I don't know if it's going to be ready, so you might have to go McKissick if you're going with a Washington running back. Sorry. McKissick's fine. Yeah, probably like the safest play here. Drop Gibson for Hines today because I have JT, Kamara, Connor, and Fournette. Saw B-Rob is coming back. I think Gibson's going to do anything. Win or L move. I mean, for you, it was a good move. Yeah.
I would have loved to trade him. But
to clarify, nobody was trading for Gibson.
Okay. Nobody wants
you dropped Gibson. I read in my mind that I would have kept I would have kept Gibson. I would have not dropped Gibson. I don't personally believe it's going to be like the flip of a switch where Robinson's an RB1. Like I think we're going to see a committee, and I think that Gibson's still going to be involved. I would have not dropped Gibson.
Hate him, bro. Why do they hate him? I don't understand. Trade him to the Rams, dude. The Rams could use this guy right now. Holy crap.
I mean, he's progressively gotten worse in fantasy every week of the season, 20 to 12 to 11 to 9. But
they don't, dude. His snap total is like going down dramatically every week, bro.
It is actually as well, 64 to 54 to 44 to 41. So that's true. I mean, listen, man. Like in your situation, I don't think it's awful, but I would have kept him just in case. But ultimately, I think with your running back room, you'll be fine, my guy. Jesus Christ of the league. What's up, man? Should I do Gabe Davis for Cooks? The floor play is Cooks. The upside still lies with Davis. I probably keep Davis because I'm just going to look at the 2 offenses and say I'd rather have a piece of the Bills than the Texans. But I get the frustration with Davis, but I keep him. Cooper or Romeo Doobie.
I got
probably
Cooper here.
I'd probably go Cooper as well. I know he had a bad week last week, but he's still a start for me. And
I think that's gonna be a fun game, bro. I don't
Browns
think either
Chargers
defense
could be
is gonna
fun.
show up, man.
Yeah, I got Jacoby Brissett finally in my double quarterback league. I was able to drop Baker Mayfield, so I'm really hyped, bro. But I'm not starting him. I got
2022. People are getting hyped over getting Jacoby Brissett.
well, double quarterback league. That's a win. Man.
That's a statement.
I mean, I was sitting with Baker, who I was going to have to start in week 7 and 8. So I'm hyped, dude.
No, yeah, good pick.
Winston, Geno, Cousins, or Wilson. It's crazy, but statistically, the best player here is Geno Smith. Isn't that wild, dude? You talk about 2022. Geno Smith is quarterback 9.
I think if Winston's healthy, though, I'd go Winston. I think the matchup.
Winston against the Seahawks is better than Geno against the Saints. So
yeah.
But we got Russell Wilson. Is that Russell Wilson or Zach Wilson?
Yeah, it's probably Russell, but he's got the Colts. I mean,
I go Russell Wilson, but if it's Zach Wilson, if it's Zach, he could consider it. No, I don't want to go Zach against the Dolphins, but he still has a okay floor. Kirk Cousins, I just don't like fantasy. But he gets the Bears, so like.
Hey, can you not talk badly about Kirk Cousins? I got a couple trade packages out there right now with his name in it.
Well, I don't have any love for Kirk Cousins right now. I mean, if it's Zach Wilson, I'd probably go Russell Wilson. just make sure if you ever Wilson, it's Russell Wilson in this scenario. Let us know, Ronnie. Let us know. But Winston's fine. Geno's fine. I see a really similar floor for those 4 players if it's Zach Wilson. Like, probably the best upside lies with Jameis Winston if he is healthy. I say you roll with Conklin, Jerry. Yeah, I say you just keep rolling with Conklin.
2022.
Let's go, baby. Schultz has a tough matchup with the Rams. I don't know about that, man. The Rams suck.
Yeah, Rams are a pretty terrible team.
Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey are good. The rest of that defense, Bobby Wagner's playing fine too. But
he destroyed that streaker, bro. Were you watching the Peyton Eli broadcast when they were talking about streaking? It was hilarious. It was so funny.
They're phenomenal. My team now is Cousins, JT, Saquon Fournette, Dylan, Herbie, Mike Williams, Godwin, Hollywood, Olave, Ayuk, A-Rob, Ertz, Knox. Yeah, this team's fine.
Olave is amazing. I love him. He is like my favorite player I drafted.
He's probably the second best rookie in the entire league on offense or defense right now. Probably the best on offense. Sauce Gardner is a dog, bro.
Yeah, he is. Who's your first favorite rookie?
Sauce.
Sauce? Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I'm with the Sauce, bro. It's a good team, Richie, other than Kirk Cousins. But, sorry. Oh, gosh. That was – okay, we missed this. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, dude.
I mean, ultimately, if he did do the trade, I don't think you're going to – it's going to be too bad. But I would keep Davis. All right, let's see. Never thought I'd see the day where John doesn't have RB depth. Hey, J-Dubs. Hey. I got Debo. I was watching that game Monday night, and I was like, "Dad,
he is a running back.
If you guys trade me, if someone offers me Debo, I'm going to give them everything I have." So I'm glad we got that worked out, man.
You didn't give anything up, J-Dubs. I'm so mad at you for doing that trade. I would have given you way more. I'd have given you.
I gave him depth, and I gave him Curtis Samuel. I don't know. If Pierce or Najee get hurt, my season might be over. But I'm sorry, Miami's defense. Should I drop them if I plan on starting Conklin? No. Jerry, I get it. That way I'm not going against myself. But listen, respective offensive players can still have good games while defenses play well overall, especially in full PPR. It's the best scoring format for that to happen, because if a player catches 10 or 12 footballs and doesn't score, and the defense is having their way, except for giving up some passing yards, still have a good stat line. So,
yeah.
You're fine there, my guy. Should I trade Ertz for Pitts and Singletary? No. Ertz is playing phenomenal. Ertz is the tight end who no one is talking about whatsoever, and he's tight end 4. Like he's playing great, man. I would not do that trade unless you have like just a team of completely injured running backs and Singletary's your only hope. But
I don't think I'd want that frustration on a weekly basis.
no, I go Zach Ertz for sure, man. All right, I have Henry, Jamal Williams, Dobbins, Sanders, Hill, Lamb, Kirk, Romeo. Pick 2 RBs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Derrick Henry, Jamal Williams, flex Sanders, go Tyreek Hill, and CeeDee Lamb. That'd be my lineup.
I'd go Christian Kirk instead of CeeDee Lamb.
Fair enough.
Yeah, great lineup though.
Steven hates CeeDee Lamb. You heard it here.
Dude.
Is Matt Stafford, Joe Mixon, Jamal Williams, Kupp, Jamar, Goddard, Scary Terry, Gabe Davis a good team and 12 team? Yeah.
No, it's a great team.
It is actually it's pretty close to a great team, man. Like it's a good team. What's your record looking like? The team looks looking good, man. I'm gonna shake it up. I need in the Catch Fam League number 1. I need some more production. Let's go. Shake it up, baby. Send me some trades. Let's shake it up. Unless you're Steven. But go ahead, Steven.
I was gonna say, go back to that last comment real quick. That when we just gassed up, we need to give some advice to Mr. Mello. You need to find a new quarterback, like stat. I understand you have the stack with Cooper Kupp, but yeah, you need to get a new quarterback like now.
Just go get Goff or Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
they're amazing. Those are my guys. I'm on that wave this week. But yes, quarterback. I somehow glanced over. Quarterback is not good right now.
Well, you think he's good, bro? He's been good his whole career, and now he's like horrible. I don't understand it.
The thing with Stafford is like he had some bad games last year, but it wasn't this. Like he had 11.82 against San Francisco in Week 10, then 8.6 against Minnesota in Week 16. But other than that, he got at least 15 points in every game. But he only had 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 games where he ranged 15 to 18 points. Every other game, he had 19 or more points. Only one game in 19. Every other game, 20 or more. Like he played good. This year, you're at 9.8, 20 against Atlanta, then 10 and 7. Like then he gets Dallas. Like
he's losing games. He's losing games.
Yeah, it's tough. 4 touchdowns on the year, 6 interceptions, and 2 fumbles. So it's tough pickings. He does have over 1,000 passing yards, which is good at this point. But like he's just playing from behind every game. Like, that's a good point, Steve. DK or Garrett Wilson? What's up, Baden? I go DK. DK here. Did I pick up Rashad White or George Pickens? If so, who do I drop? Pollard, Khalil Herbert, D-Pubs.
I don't think you want to drop any of those guys. I think he's talking about Dubs.
Oh, okay. I was like,
D-Pubs.
Someone answer this for me. I'm confused. It depends on the rest of the roster. I probably will keep Romeo over Pickens slightly. I think Pollard and Herbert are better handcuffs than Rashad White, although White got more involved last week. I get the appeal, but I would probably hold. I probably agree with Steven there. Depends on who else you got hanging around. Deontay or Singletary, full PPR, go Deontay.
Yeah, he could be in for a good game too against the Bills.
Should I trade JJ, Darren Waller for Hollywood Brown, Higbee, and Herbert? I have Tyreek, Olave, Kirk, Everett, Jamal, and Sanders. I would probably want to keep the combination of Tyreek and Jefferson and then flexing Olave. And you got Kirk. I mean, you're in a position where you can trade. And it's not a bad trade. Higbee is actually playing better than Waller. Yeah, you could consider this, but I just think the potential on a weekly basis of JJ and Tyreek, Hollywood's playing great. He's going to see a dip in production when Hopkins is back, but I think he'll be fine. I'm not worried about Hopkins coming back, but you could consider this.
I would not give it a Jefferson.
JJ and Tyreek with the Olave and the flex, and if you have 2 flexes, Kirk. If you have Kirk on the bench, then I think you hold here. If there was a running back 1 you could plug in confidently instead of Herbert, then it'd be a different conversation. But Like Richie's saying, get a lot more for JJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we could get an RB1 there, I feel differently. But yeah. All right.
Someone just rejected my trade.
Imagine that. Garrett Wilson and Pierce for Kirk. If you need a wide receiver too bad enough, that's fine. That's fine, Keegan. Depends on the rest of the roster. I know I say that for like 90% of trade questions, but it really is true. Should I pick up Njoku is out or Henry? Don't pick up Henry. Go Njoku. Don't remind me that Hunter Henry exists. Should I trade Mike Evans and James Conner for Adams and Robinson? Yeah. I'll take Robinson over Conner, and Adams and Evans are pretty equal to me. So I agree. I'm good at that. Rashad Penny missed practice today with a shoulder injury. Of course he did. I'm going to head out. Hopefully answer some of your guys' questions and help you make a decision. Thank you so much, Cinnabon. I know you're long gone, but I appreciate you, man. Since JT's out, Robinson, Hall, or Herbert. I like Hall this week, but I go Robinson. Dude, guys, Robinson gets the Texans this week. Don't second guess it. Austin Eckler just had 3 touchdowns on them.
Dude, I'm so scared of playing against Robinson this week.
Yeah. I'm so excited to start him. Should I trade Cook, Schultz, and Zeke for Fournette, Sutton? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already hit this one, Brandy, but yes, for sure. What running back should I trade for? I have Mixon, Williams, and Boone. Should probably just roll with Mixon and Williams. Doesn't sound like you have a lot of wiggle room there. Mella, let us know. Oh, you already hit us with your roster, but
I don't think you need to make a move there. Again, I think your really only spot you needed to fix up was that quarterback, which you don't need to even trade for. Just go out and get a waiver wire guy.
Agreed. I can only have 4 wide receivers in the league. I mean, I have Pittman, Metcalf, Samuels, and Bateman, but I really want to pick up Doobie.
Yeah, you should.
It's Samuel or Bateman. You're
package deal. Open up a waiver spot. That's my new thing, bro. That's my new thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Think about what you could get for Samuel and Bateman in a package deal to somebody. You could sure up, get a more solid 3 or another receiver, running back, and then bring in Dobbs. I like that move.
RBs are starting to look good since Jerry. You really benefited from the injury overall to Javonte, having Gordon around. Trade away for Ned and Mike Williams for Najee and Keenan. I'm 4-0.
Let's get it, baby.
I probably keep Fournette and Mike Williams. I don't know if I think the upside lies with Fournette and Mike Williams. If you're 4-0, you want to keep the upside. I would hold there, my guy. Should I trade? Oh gosh. Okay, we hit this one. Yes, do the trade. I think I can get better games. Jerry, keep your wide receivers.
Yeah, dude, stop. Jerry,
I'm so sick of you. You're 4-0 for a reason.
Yeah, you should trade them, bro. Go ahead and trade them.
Trade them. You're going to start losing games. Your freaking receiving core is ridiculous. And you got to stack with Josh Allen.
I think he's just patronizing.
You're rubbing it in our faces. That's what you're doing.
I think he's just patronizing.
Mark, I'm 3-1. Half PPR team with JT, Mixon, Chase, Debo, CD, Kirk, Goff. I have 2 on Dak, Dylan, Brees, Pickens on the bench. Any players to go after, rate the team. This is a good team, man. Yeah, some of these teams, like, listen, guys, I get trading, and I don't know though here, man. Like, I think you hold. If that's, I don't see any reason to start trading here. JT, Mixon, Dylan, Brees, RB room is solid. Chase, Debo, CD, Kirk, Pickens on the bench. I mean, like, especially being slapped with injuries at quarterback with 2 on Dak. Dude, this is a solid team at this point in the season. This is a great, like, 8.5, 9 team. This is a good team, bro.
Yeah, 3-1 too. So you don't even need to trade JT. You know, you can just ride him out to the playoffs.
Tight end, missing the tight end here, but overall, I think the team's fine, man. I would hold, man. It's a good-looking squad. Good-looking squad. Teddy Two Gloves got snatched up pretty quickly. I'm number 1 in the league, and I knew I wasn't going to get him. So I went for Jacoby Brisket, who I've been eyeing. Wilson or A.J. Dillon. Dillon has a good matchup, but I still go Wilson. No competition there. 14-team league PPR, White, Boone, Reynolds, Conklin are all available. Pitts, my tight end droppable guys are Dotson, Madison, Ayuk, Mooney, and Algier. Any pickups to make? You could. I mean, man, I think for your roster, you might want to go after Conklin because if he has one or two more solid games, it's like 100% solidified. Like he's a tight end to start this year. Go ahead, Steve.
I was gonna say, to me, I would drop Algier for Boone or White.
Really? I mean, yeah,
I'd
could
rather have one of those two guys than Algier. I do not like this Falcons backfield.
That's fair. I think dropping Algier for White is fine as well.
Yeah.
I don't like Boone.
You don't like Boone?
No, I don't like that. I want Gordon. I don't want to mess around with. I don't.
Okay. All right.
What's up, Smokey? I asked about trading Kelsey. I know it's valuable. Would you do it for Debo and DK?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I don't know.
I would not trade Kelsey. There's no better positional advantage in fantasy football than when you have Travis Kelsey and arguably Mark Andrews. They're literally, if I could go back in time, I would have drafted one of them number 1 overall in our keeper league where numerous players were not available.
I think you're going to do that again next year.
So am I getting number 1 next year?
Well, no, I'm saying I think your next pick, next year you're going to draft tight end first. I mean, because dude, next year when we're doing mock drafts, people are still going to be saying the same thing. Oh, this is the year Travis Kelsey falls off. I don't know, and he's going to probably be a second-round draft pick.
So Andrews is younger. Just get Andrews. This is basically the same player. Well, if Lamar is still there, I guess. Smokey, depends on the whole roster here. I probably wouldn't do it, quite frankly, man. I think that's a team you're kind of in a tough position, but I thought you were going for running backs. Did you trade for running backs? I can't remember. All right, start 2. Aaron Jones, Cook, Williams. Jones and Williams for me, man.
Yeah.
You can throw Cook in, but I think
Jones
and
Williams. The Bears?
The Vikings are playing the Bears, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I might go Cook here.
Steven likes Cook a lot. Godwin or Olave for my wide receiver 2.
Olave against that Seahawks team.
Go. I mean, Olave is the upside. Godwin's the safe play, but
yeah.
I might go Olave here. Ewick, what's up, man? I'm 1-3 because of JT frowny face. There's a lot of JT pain out there.
Yeah.
Flex, Garrett Wilson, Herbert, Dubes, or Pickens. I go Doobie.
If Herbert is the starter, you go Herbert. Because Montgomery didn't practice today.
Okay, that's fair. We said that last week. He had 10 points.
Dude, that was weird, man. Wasn't that? Didn't he finish with 100 yards? I think he had 100 yards against them, or he had a pretty good stat line. He just didn't find the red zone.
77 yards, 1 catch for 24 yards, so 101 total scrimmage yards, no touchdowns though, where he had 2 the week before. So yeah, I mean, really, if you found the end zone, no one would be complaining about it. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got 10 minutes left for tonight's stream, so we're gonna do a little
rapid fire.
Yeah, rapid fire. I don't know the phrase I was looking for, but we're gonna fly through here. Thank you guys so much for being here, guys. Hit that like button for us if you guys haven't done so already, and we're gonna fly through these and try to get the bottom of everything here. Okay. Evan, had PPR flex help DJ Moore, Choo or ETN. I mean, go DJ Moore. I hate it. I absolutely hate DJ Moore this week, but you have to he should get the most targets. Go DJ Moore. What do you think about trading Mitchell and Pitts for Ertz and Romeo? You have Jeff Wilson. Yeah, that's fine. I do it. Should I trade Ayuk for Dak or Russ? Kirk Cousins is my quarterback. Ayuk is my wide receiver 5. Should I trade? I probably. That's weird. You can if you want to, but when Dak comes back healthy, he's probably the same value, so probably not, because then you just lose Ayuk for no reason. If 2 on the bench, I mean, I like your team, man. I like your team. 2-2 is not too bad of a spot. You're at 500. Turkey Patty, what's up, baby?
Turkey Pat.
Oh, what up, dog? 3-0 my Yahoo League for 10K. Woo! Should I play Gibson, Hines, or Penny since I lost Javonte Williams? I'd probably go Penny this week. Gibson's okay against the Titans, but I probably would go Penny against the Saints. Yeah, John Edwards. Sorry, Steve.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
John is the same name as me, so I get excited. Hope you're doing well. Should I just give up on my team now? What's your best advice? Oh, is that in the Catch Fam League? I don't know your team off the top, man. Don't ever give up, guys. And don't forget, in the Catch Fam League, for those of you guys in the Catch Fam League who are not playing well who are not doing well so far, like Derek. Sorry, Derek.
Jeez.
But I did talk to Derek about this the other night. There is still a toilet bowl champion prize. So whoever, there's not a prize for each toilet bowl team, but whoever is a number one toilet bowl team with the most points scored across all 4 leagues still wins a prize. So don't give up in the Catch family. That's the Catch family. Godfather, what's up? How are you doing, man? Great to have you. Mike Williams, Godwin, Hollywood, Olave. That's a tough one, man. I'd probably say Godwin, believe it or not. But all are fine. You could go anywhere here, man. This is a great place to be, Richie. Just got Cooper Kupp for Robinson, Cordero, and Myers. I mean, Robinson's playing good football.
Yeah.
But that's a good trade. I mean, Cooper Kupp's your wide receiver 1. Surprise. What's up? Start Thielen or Devonta Smith? I go Devonta Smith. Flex Sutton, Mike Williams, or Jamal. Man, I mean, like, you can take Mike Williams out of this equation because of the boom or bust. But Jamal versus Sutton. Sutton maybe a little bit of a safer floor, maybe a little bit more upside with Jamal Williams. It's between Sutton and Williams. Both are fine, man. Should I start Dubs, Wilson, Pickens, or Herbert? I'd probably go Romeo Dubs here. Unless, like Steven alluded to, Monty's out, then you go Herbert. Is Mostert a good play this week? I have JT, but he's out. If you have to, like, I don't want to call him a good play, but he's fine. He gets a jet, so it's fine. 3-1 needs some lineup help, potential trade going forward. I have Herbert, Eckler, Jones, Dillon, Godwin, Deontay, Kelsey, Bills, Carlson, Gabe Davis, Bateman, Doobie, Moore, Mitchell, Madison. I think your lineup looks good, man. Herbert, Eckler, Jones. I guess you're starting 3 running backs, or no? I can't tell. But anyways, Godwin, Deontay, Kelsey. Oh, so you're flexing. I don't know. Anyways, I think your team looks good. If you want to trade, like, you can trade Dillon, Gabe Davis, Bateman, Eli Moore. You could even throw Mitchell in a package. I keep Madison and I keep Bateman, but you have some room to trade here, John. But I think overall your team looks good, man. Oh, and you have Daryl Henderson, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, you could throw together a trade package, but at 3-1, I do think this team is just fine. Don't trade Kelsey, don't trade Herbert, don't trade Eckler, don't trade Jones. You need Godwin, you need Deontay here. You probably, like, you can move on from Gabe Davis, but you probably, like, he could bring some upside. You could probably use him. I would keep Bateman. So, I mean, realistically, I didn't realize we're kind of at the bottom of the chat, which is good. But Dillon, Bateman, or Gabe Davis, but keep one or the other. I'd probably keep Doobie, but then Elijah Moore. I don't know, man. I might keep Mitchell and Madison, though. But you have some firepower here. But you're in a good spot, my guy. You're in a good spot. John Edwards, I will never give up. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. I didn't realize I pop into the other leagues to make sure there's no trades or anything. But other than, like, the top 10 that I send out on Discord every week, I don't really see. So don't give up, John. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Glad to be back in the stream again. Of course, we're glad to have you, bro. Of course. John's about to win his own toilet bowl prize.
Oh.
I might, man. I mean, last year I lost a toilet bowl, which really hurt me. Who did I lose to? I don't remember who I lost to.
Was it in the catch?
Yeah, I don't remember who I lost to, but I might, Jerry. I mean, gosh, the way your team's looking, I might, man. Goddard or Schultz? Goddard. Yeah. Goddard's playing great, man. Yeah, I'm happy about it. That's my guy in the offseason. I've been playing Aaron Jones and Dillon in the flex weekly. I'd probably flex one of the receivers, whether it's, I mean, Davis he can wait on, but maybe Bateman if he's healthy. He's got a good matchup. Maybe Doobie.
Yeah. Doobie has been hot commodity recently from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Him and A-Rod trust each other. Well, more importantly, A-Rod trusts him. Yeah. You trade Pollard for Garrett Wilson. You can. Yeah. If you don't need the running back help, you can in full PPR. That's fine. All right, about 5 minutes left here, everybody. Stashing Mitchell for the Week 14 bye when Jones and Dillon. That's fine. Yeah, like I said, you can keep Mitchell for sure. That's probably fine. I tried to trade A-Rob for Dak, but it's declined. Should I stick with Cousins? Honestly, I'm thinking of dropping A-Rob for T-Law. Yeah, do that. Go get T-Law, man. He's got a great schedule coming up. Go get T-Law. Carr, Mixon, Eckler, Tyreek, Amon-Ra, Njoku, Olave, Stafford, Connor, Sanders, Juju, Dubs. What should I consider trading for? Full PPR. I'm 2-2. Running backs are fine. Your running backs are fine. Receivers are quite frankly not that bad, man. You, trade for a QB if you can. If there's a team out there that's a QB, Stafford and Carr, you can move on from. Even go Goff or T-Law.
I'd cut Stafford.
Yeah, you can just cut Stafford if you want. But frankly, your wide receivers and running backs are just fine, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know 2-2 doesn't feel good, but 2-2 is a good place to be, man. And trust me, if you're 0-4 or 1-3, you're wishing you're 2-2. You can definitely come back from 2-2. I mean, it's a long season. Frankly, I think your team is good and in a good place overall, man. So pick up Jacoby Myers. I mean, full PPR, yes, you can consider him. But the issue here with Myers is not Jacoby Myers. It's a quarterback position, so it depends. Do I do Pierce and Keenan for Breece Hall?
No.
We like Breece Hall, but no. It's picking me up Dak Prescott. I can pick up, yeah, of course.
Yeah. You tried to trade for him, John.
I did. Almost trade for him. Yeah. Looking to trade away Hawk and Bateman. Should I trade for A.J. Brown, Kirk, Devontae, doubt this one, or Sutton? A.J. Brown. I mean, all those options are fine in my opinion. Yeah. Although if you can get any of those, they're fine. Chase for sure.
I'll take any of them. Kirk might be easier.
Kirk's weird. Probably the easiest. Name value, so you probably go Kirk, Sutton, Brown, Devontae. Like Devontae might be the hardest just because he's Devontae Adams, but A.J. Brown's probably pretty equal. Elijah Moore, Zay Jones. I go Zay Jones. He's Trevor Lawrence's number 2 option when healthy, and they're playing well together. He's got to be healthy. What if I counter offer Pierce and Judy? It's just a lot to give up, Bryce. Like you should, if you can get a receiver out of this, then I don't mind the trade.
I don't think Breece Hall is that much better than that
Pierce.
Much better. I think he's a much better player, but I don't think he's a much better fantasy asset to have this season than Pierce.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a good point. All right, guys, we're going to start winding it down. We'll be heading out in the next 3 minutes. So before we finish up the chat quickly here, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight, man. This absolutely flew by. Thank you guys, man. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the super chats tonight. Thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you guys for the fantasy questions, most importantly. Thank you guys for watching and listening, for hanging out with me and Steven, for talking fantasy, for having some fun. And another great round of fantasy Q&A, and we'll be on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time again, until 8 p.m. Eastern time before Thursday night kickoff. Just want to put that out there. And we're just going to answer these as quickly as possible. Pick 2. Pierce, Allen, if he's healthy. You kind of have to wait on. You can't wait on Judy. So you might just go Judy here and then Pierce. No one has claimed Algier in my home league. Want to know who to drop? Gallup, Hendo, Madison, Fearmouth, or Herbert? No. Hold. No. You could drop Hendo.
Yeah.
You could, but it's not really a big trade. Maybe Hendo. The rest I would hold. A.J. Brown, Pittman, Godwin, Allen, Deontay for receivers. Who do I start in flex? Start Godwin and probably wait. Sit Pittman because the matchup sucks. The game script sucks. If Allen's healthy, go Allen. If he's not, just go Deontay. Should I drop A. Robert Knox? Allen Robinson. Andrea, have a great night. Appreciate you, Andrea. It's always great to have you. Jane, have a great night.
Take care.
It was kind of unclear if that said Jane or Big Bird, but I think it says Jane.
I think it was Big Bird.
Richie, of course. We're here for you, of course. All right, last question of the night, then we're signing off. 6-man full PPR, Mahomes, CMC, Eckler, Diggs, Chase, CD, Waller, J-Rob, Keenan Allen, Hollywood, Kamara, Olave, MT on bench, Hopkins, and Watson on reserve. Who should I be trading, picking up, man? In a 6-man league, you're in a great spot. Maybe try to package for Kelsey or Andrews in a 6-man league. Those top 2 tight ends mean a whole lot. Waller drops back to tight end 12. If you can't accomplish that, go after Zach Ertz, go after Goddard, try and move up at tight end. But in a 6-man league, man, it's just hard to say. Your team's absolutely stacked, but maybe upgrade a tight end because that's about the only other positional advantage we can gain here. Should I trade Waller for Ertz or Everett? for Ertz, Waller. Frankly, I'd rather have, if you have Everett and Waller, I'd rather have Everett and Ertz right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So, all right, that was the final question of the night. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit the subscribe button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, guys, we have must-start kickers out, must-start defenses out, starts and sits at running back, quarterback, and receiver out. Starts and sits at tight end will drop either tomorrow or the following day. So make sure you guys check out all of our uploads for the week. Go drop a like on those. Go drop a comment. Really does help us out, guys. If you're new to the channel, join our Discord. Link is in the description down below. Completely free to join. You guys can put out your fantasy questions at any time on Discord. We've a very active community on there. We will be back on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, sharp till 8 p.m. Eastern time before kickoff. And that'll do it. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight, man. Thank you guys for all the fantasy questions. Steven, I'll let you sign off, then we'll close out.
And then we got a good one tomorrow with the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. I'm excited for it. So we'll be back here tomorrow. But yeah, it was a blast tonight, guys. Got a new regime in Pittsburgh. Got a lot of fun starting. Let's get after it, man.
New regime in Pittsburgh. Let's go, Kenny Pickett. All right. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Hit the like button. Check out all links down below. Subscribe if you're new. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hit us up on Discord or Instagram if you guys need anything in the meantime. And that'll do it. With that, I'll say, Jane, this was uncalled for. This was uncalled for, Jane. That's just rude. I was talking fast, though. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And peace.